Lewis Thompson, talkSPORT MMA, and I can't even contain my excitement to be speaking to Mr. Paul Hughes today. May 10th, the SSE Arena. Paul Hughes is back after that Usman Nurmagomedov fight. Paul, it's all come full circle from your first fight, at the SSE Arena, and now you're headlining the SSE Arena, and a very high potential to sell it out. Talk to me about some of these emotions right now, and we're getting ever so close to the headline act.
Yeah, look, I'm excited myself. The fight was just announced there. The tickets have just went on sale. I'm currently sitting outside the SSE Arena right now, so it's uh it's a very special time for sure.
And how much do you know about your next opponent, Bruno Miranda? He's been in there with some of the best, a Brazilian Muay Thai specialist. No easy opponent to get in there with. How much do you know about him, and how are you going to look to put him out?
Yeah, look, Bruno's a bad dude. 17-5. A lot of knockout victories. His last three fights have been against former world champions. Very experienced guy, as I say, knockout artist. So someone that I have to be absolutely on my game for.
Mm. And you've talked about in some of your YouTube videos that you're enjoying making these little improvements that you haven't normally been able to work on in fight week. What have those kind of things been in terms of your own game that you've wanted to improve on following that Usman fight?
Honestly, everything. Obviously, when you're fighting a specific opponent, you have to craft a game plan and execute a game plan as to how he fights. But Bruno will just be another game plan again. It'll be something we've already sat down and studied him, and we're already working on the game plan. It's just yeah, look, every fighter's different. Every fight is different, and I think one of the things I do very well is crafting game plans and implementing them on the night, and that's what I'll have to do with Bruno.
And so, are the expectations now for you that it's great to see that you're being kept active? By the way, I didn't want to see a situation, where a bit like Tom Aspinall is waiting for Jones and Michael Chandler. How it took a while for him to try and get the McGregor fight, it never came around. But it's great to see you back in. There's the expectations now that you get that Usman rematch after this, and obviously the lightweight title is the goal for yourself. It seems like.
Yeah, look, I mean, nothing's confirmed. I'm obviously going to push as hard as I can to get that rematch as soon as possible. I would like it to be the end of the year, but we'll just have to go get a convincing victory here in 8 weeks, and then we'll see what happens.
Mm. So you haven't had any conversations with the PFL yet about that rematch?
No, my focus now is 8 weeks' time.
Yeah, love it, mate. And just seeing that billboard outside of the SSC Arena, I remember seeing your reaction for the first time. Can you try and put that into words for me? It's like you did say you're living the dream. Does this give you confidence going into your next fight with Miranda?
Yeah, look, I mean, my feeling when I seen that was just, I mean, flip. Like, you're doing it. Like, you're living your dream here. And these things that I thought about for years, and these things that I planned, especially when coming down the PFL pathway, was like, I want to drag them back to Belfast, but I had to make sure that I delivered and showed my star power in order to do that. And I think that I've single-handedly drove them back here, and I hope to do it every year.
You've talked about Belfast being a future for global MMA, and it seems like that's a real possibility now with you being the spearhead of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I really hope so because, you think about it. This is global MMA. This is the one of the biggest organizations in the world, and if I can drag them to come back here every single year, I mean, think about that. What that would do for the young athletes coming up in this country to see that just in front of them and go, okay, there's a blueprint. I can do this on the world stage. I can be a world famous mixed martial artist and fight at home. So I hope that I can kind of show that blueprint and continue to grow the sport here.
It's amazing. And you've talked about 2024 being the year it all changed, and this year being the year you're going to exceed expectations. And I think you've already done that in your Usman fight, and long may that continue. So, what does 2026 and what does 2027 bring in your eyes? What is the goal for Paul Hughes in this sport?
Rack up a lot of title defenses. That's where I plan to be in 26, 27. I plan to be the champion for a very long time, and I plan to continue to change the game for myself and for the PFL. I plan to do huge events all around the world, huge events in Belfast, and yeah, there's no limits to what I can do.
Paul, just talk to me about some of the things you're doing on the outside of fighting. Obviously, the more that you fight, and the more, if you go into world title territory, the more media comes, and the more, you're definitely kept busy. How are you finding that so far, trying to balance your training and go and do all the media stuff and the photo shoots, etc.? Because I think I recall you saying that you asked for it, so this is part and parcel of the sport. So how are you handling that right now?
Yeah, look, it's new territory, but I'm glad that it's new territory because that's a sign that things are changing and that I'm pushing into new horizons. So I'm grateful for it all. Yes, it's a lot, and yes, it at times can be invasive, but this is the life that I asked for. I wanted to be a worldwide MMA star. I wanted to make money, and in order to do these things, you have to put yourself out there, and you have to do things outside of the gym and outside of fighting. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it all. Like I'm absolutely not complaining about any of it, and long may it continue.
Is that what keeps you motivated? Because there obviously are days where you go into the gym and you're maybe not feeling yourself, or you're not up to it, or you're not 100%. So like, what I'm trying to just understand, what is it that you're really trying to achieve here, and what is it that keeps Paul Hughes ticking on a daily basis? Is it them big shows? Is it world titles? Is it being from Belfast and representing the country of Ireland and Northern Ireland?
It's a little bit of all of it, to be honest. It's a little bit of all of it. Obviously, I have my own personal goals of what I want to do in this sport, but now I'm in the position where I'm bringing my team up to new horizons as well. My coaching, my teammates, the young lads, like we're all pushing on because of the heights that I'm now achieving, and that's a very fulfilling, exciting thing, and I want that to continue. And then just in general, representing my people, representing my people here on the world stage, and yeah, it's a little bit of all of it.
How many people have asked you for a ticket?
Ah, insane, mate. Well, the tickets have just went on sale and they're going friggin' fast, very, very fast. The pre-sale done serious numbers. The tickets just went on sale about an hour ago and they're absolutely flying out. So, I would definitely say it could potentially sell out. So I would say get the tickets quickly.
Another thing you've been working on, Paul, is this new podcast coming, the big news podcast, if I'm right in saying, is the name of it. I think you've got Shane Todd on the first episode, and then Reese McKee, the UFC's Reese McKee coming up. Talk to me about that. How have you found doing that, and is that something you're going to look to do consistently?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, if I'm doing anything, I'm doing it right, and I've invested a lot of money to make sure that it is right. So we're currently shooting our first block of episodes. We're going to do seasons of 10 episodes, and we're shooting that at the minute. We're backing them up, and they will be released in the next couple of weeks, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Who else is coming on?
We've got some big hitters coming on. I'll keep the guests on the DL for now, but we got some big names coming on there for the first season.
Are we keeping in MMA or expanding?
We're doing everything. We're doing a little bit of everything. So it won't be just fight and combat sports specific. We will have on local legends, as I call them, and people from around the world as well. So it's all very exciting.
Love to see it, Paul. And just to finish, how active can you expect to be for the rest of the year after this fight and getting that Usman rematch? If the PFL say that the Usman rematch is there for you, would that be an all right just to have that one fight after this one?
Yeah, look, that's what I'm gunning for. So whatever I need to do to put myself in that position, I'm willing to fight anybody. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll fight every month if I can because I'm getting paid for it now. So what a better incentive to fight.